Good morning, one and all. Welcome to Leader Lifestyle Hub, where we are targeted for enhancing every day with the help of book summaries and taking actions. Let me share my screen and let us start our journey of book summaries. Today, we are selected the category of sales and marketing. Out of this category, we have selected this one powerful book, The Greatest Salesman in the World by Og Mandino. Let us see the small synopsis and then we will cover three question and answers and top three lessons. Synopsis of this book. This book contains how to learn the unconventional secrets to become the best salesperson you can be. Means this book provides us few unconventional secrets to become the best salesperson. And it turns out the path that to reach sales targets does not actually involving studying sales books or copying the methods of others. Rather, it's about developing healthy habits and becoming a better person overall. So let us see the few question and answers. Then afterwards, we can move into the top three lessons. Question and answers. How can you make sure that everything you do is the best you can do? Ravi Kiran?
Yes, Akhil.
How can you make sure that everything you do is the best you can do? Whatever you do, it should be the best. How do you do that?
When you plan it, we can do that.
Planning is one part and taking action is one part. Yes, I agree that. Let us hear from this author. Whether being in the best physical shape, being the most efficient worker, or selling the most products, the secret is to do things effectively is in fostering excellent habits. So if you exhibit the excellent habits, if you have the good habits and doing things efficiently, then you will make sure that you will become best in everything you do. Okay. So the answer is foster your habits, master your habits, and do things efficiently. How do you gain trust? Vikran, again for you. How do you gain trust?
The trust is probably the good service.
Good service. Okay.
And commitment.
Commitment. Okay.
And delivery, quality.
Okay. Yeah. In simple word, it can be said like a love towards customer. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Demonstrating love to people every chance you can. If you demonstrate love to everyone, every customer of you, every chance you can, then you gain trust.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah, that is the answer. Have you ever been a slave to your emotions? Yes, there might be chances. Emotions might take over us. There will be lots of chances for that. So to recover all these things, to make sure everything you do is the best for you, to gain the trust and to master your emotions, we can take over the three lessons in this book. Let us start our journey. The three lessons that we have is never give up, but never proceed unprepared. Whatever you are trying to accomplish, try to control your emotions. Regardless of whether you want to become an artist, land your dream job, or actually sell stuff, we all need to master the art of persuasion. Let us see the top three lessons from this book summary. The Great Salesman in the World, Unconventional Secrets to Becoming the Best Salesperson You Can Be, written by Og Mandino. Let us listen about the Og Mandino, small information about the author. Augustine Og Mandino II was a best-selling American author and the president of the Success Unlimited magazine. He's the president of the Success Unlimited magazine, who passed away in 1996. He is an inductee of the National Speakers Association's Hall of Fame This book, The Greatest Salesman in the World, has sold over 50 million copies worldwide in the time of 1996. The targeted audience. The 16-year-old target employee who wants to excel in his department means those employees who have targets for this week, this many things has to be done, or for those employees who have deadlines and who wants to excel in their department, for them this is the one book. The 33-year-old pharma sales representative who has a tough time competing. Anyone who does not like selling like me. Synopsis. The greatest salesman in the world is a business classic that will help you become better at sales by becoming a better person all around. So before becoming a salesman, you need to become a better person all around. Let us hear from the Og Mandino, the author. Do not aspire wealth and labor not only to be rich. Do not aspire wealth and labor not only to be rich. Strive instead for happiness. Strive instead for to be loved and to love. The most important to acquire peace of mind and serenity. So what you need to strive? Not for wealth and labor. You need to strive for happiness, be loved and acquire the peace of mind. That's how you can aspire wealth and you will become a rich person. I'm not good at sales, never was, never will be. I can speak enthusiastically of all the things I believe in, but I am very bad when it comes to making a targeted effort to close the deal. Luckily, the internet allows us to build careers where we can skip in the in-person sales pitch. Some of us dread so much, like me. And yet, we still need the skill itself. Being in the middle of the launching my first big product, right like a pro, I thought, why not learn from one of the history's best sellers? The Greatest Salesman in the World was first published in Og Mandino in 1968. As opposed to offering sleazy tricks, the book suggests the simplest way to be more convincing in all aspects of life is to become a better person in all aspects of life. This is that goal, to become a better person in all aspects of life. Let us see the small review. If the greatest man in the world feels too spiritual for you, remember that it was written some 50 years ago. Back then, Christianity's influence in the Western world was much bigger than it is today. That said, I think all religions have things to teach us. If you can look past certain terminology and concepts, you will find there is a lot to learn from this humble and noble approach to selling. Taking lots of inspiration from Christian spirituality, the book helps you adapt 10 valuable habits in 10 ancient scrolls. In this book, we can learn 10 valuable habits. It reminds me a bit of The Richest Man in Babylon, like 7 habits in The Richest Man in Babylon. So let us see top 3 lessons. The most productive thing you can do to sell stuff is to love other people or to love your customers. The 3 lessons are: never give up, but never proceed unprepared. Whatever you are trying to accomplish, try to control your emotions. Regardless of whether you want to become an artist, land your dream job, or actually sell stuff, we all need to master the art of persuasion. Let's learn how to do it from the book, The Greatest Salesman in the World by Og Mandino. Lesson number 1. The best salespeople love unconditionally. One of my favorite writers about love, Chris Gage, says, love is an action, not a feeling. Love is an action, not a feeling. The emotional state of being in love comes and goes. But the choice to love, that's always available to you. So when Mandino suggests you should love everything and everyone, it's not romantic infatuation he talks about. It means approaching everyone you meet with kindness, appreciation, and understanding. It's not hard to see how this makes you a better salesman, because it's simply a way of improving all your relationships. These relationships and the trust we form in them will determine how willing people are to buy from us, are willing people to invest in us, to hire in us, and so on. So the relationship and the trust will be built on one particular action called love. Even the people who don't like you cannot help but be startled when you approach them with love. At the very least, their toxic behavior towards you will eventually fade. How you best adapt to this idea is up to you. You could use affirmations, you could use reminders, or you could use a talisman. As long as it reminds you to be kind, it will help you. The best salespeople love unconditionally. Love every person and everyone, everything. Like a customer, love every customer. Let us see the lesson number 2. Always persist, but take breaks whenever you need to. Mandino was a big believer in taking action. It's not only theoretical, we need to take action. In one of the later scrolls of the book, he repeats the phrase, I will act now for 18 times. I will act now. 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 Like this, he used to repeat 18 times. The hardest part of sales, maybe in life altogether, is getting rejected. The getting rejection is one of the hardest part. But you never know which attempt is the last time you need to try in order to succeed. That's why persistence is always a good strategy. However, there is one important part of making it work, taking breaks. It's easy to get inspired when you read motivating words or watching an awesome video, inspirational video from the YouTube. But the process Mandino describes in the books is not about brute force. Rather than just always attack, he suggests you take pause when you first encounter an obstacle. If you're facing any obstacle in your journey, take some time, take some break, or take pause. In that moment, you will notice an urge to give up or to run away. Resist that urge and reframe the obstacle as a challenge. Once you have done that, you can try tackling it. If you fail, you can simply retreat to that initial state. Observe from afar, recover your energy, regain your strength, and try again with a new positive frame of mind. In the Stranger's Secret also, it will say that think of your goal in the positive, calm, relaxed mind. So always come up with the strategies of positive frame of mind. Always persist, but take breaks whenever you need to. Let us see the lesson number 3. Control your emotions in everything you do. The two big components of success in anything are self-awareness and emotional control. Remember, two things are two components of success. Like if you want to create a beautiful recipe, you need to have few ingredients. For getting success as a recipe, these are two ingredients to be added: self-awareness and emotional control. If you know how you function and how to best manage your impulses, it's gonna be hard to stop you. Means you are unstoppable. But if you constantly react based on your feelings, you will have a hard time. The sales example here is the frustrated door-to-door salesman who blows his last appointment of the day because he hasn't sold anything before. If you cannot contain your anger, you will throw it in someone else's face, and whatever you hoped to gain from them is gone. Remember, your facial emotions will express in your words, and your words make the sale either to be closed or to get rejection. This is also how relationships fail, how business deals fall through, and how athletes lose their match. So it's all about having how you function managing and how to best manage your impulses. Impulses in the sense your emotions. How best you can manage your emotions. To control your emotions, you must learn to recognize them as they arise, then use your thoughts and actions to balance them. When you are angry, find compassion. When you are sad, remember a joke. Remember this powerful technique. Whenever you are angry, find some compassion. Whenever you are sad or depressed, remember a joke or watch a funny videos. When you are self-conscious, speak up, and so on. If you realize an emotion is being excessive, think of an appropriate counter reaction or counter emotion and then deploy it. Vice versa, you can play around with the emotions. Whenever you feel some emotion, try to appropriate counter react. Try to replace the emotion with the counter reaction. Once you can do that, you won't just be better at sales, you'll also live a happier, calmer, more contented, satisfied life. So this is all about 3 lessons of the greatest salesman in the world. The 3 lessons are: never give up, never proceed unprepared. Whatever you are trying to accomplish, whatever you are approaching your deadline, try to control your emotions, regardless of whatever you want to become. We all need to master the art of persuasion. Always persist, but take breaks whenever it is needed. Thank you so much. See you in another book summary tomorrow. Until then, stay